Alright guys, in this video I'm going to go over things you can do to improve your cluck, how to sound like more geese, and how to do the double cluck, or rolling double cluck, or stacked cluck, whatever you want to call it. If you finally get your cluck down that's pretty efficient, you can do about 10 in a row. I don't know how many that was, but if you can make your cluck sound pretty efficient, keep the same cadence, same sound file, then you're ready to move on to the double cluck. But before we move on to the double cluck, I want to go over a few things you can do to improve your cluck, make it sound like more than one goose, sound like a couple geese, maybe three. Without even changing your air pressure, let's just focus on our hands. You know, you can move your hands in front or back, in front or back. You know, there's two geese already right there. Another thing you can add is you can just raise your middle finger, maybe sound like a third goose. So now that we've talked about just using your hand placement to sound like more geese, let's talk about air pressure. When you're using air pressure, you can raise the level and lower the level or tone or volume of your call. So you can start low to high. You can go high to low. So all I'm doing is I'm putting a harder, sharper burst of air to make it louder, and a little bit more laid back one to make it quieter. You can also raise your finger up to get the louder sound and close it off just a little bit to get that lower sound to the high-low sound. Before we go into talking about how to do the double cluck, the rolling double cluck, the stack cluck, whatever you want to call it, there's a lot of different names for it apparently. I want to roll some clips from last season. I'm going to be making a lot of YouTube videos this year. We hunt around 200 days a season, and I want to capture a lot more than I did for YouTube. I want to post a lot more YouTube videos. So if these videos right here capture your attention, or it's something you can watch during season if you're not getting to hunt, if you're in school, whatever, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll move on to how to do the double cluck.
Out front, kill him!
Okay, now that we've gone over a couple things to sound like more geese, you know, you can change your hands up, you can change your air pressure up to sound like multiple geese. Let's move on to the double cluck. The double cluck is kind of hard to explain and understand if you don't know a couple things, so I'm going to try to go over those with you. Hopefully it helps. The first thing you need to understand about the rolling double cluck or double cluck is that it's not two separate notes. You're not breaking off the notes twice. It doesn't sound like this. You know, you can do that hunting, it's not a bad thing, but we're talking about the rolling double cluck. You're actually rolling your tongue. You're not cutting off the call twice. You're cutting it off once at the end. The first part of the rolling double cluck is just a sharp burst of air. Your tongue's going about halfway to the top of your, like the roof of your mouth, and then all the way back down and back up immediately after. It'll sound something like this. So to get that, you know, you're putting that sharp burst of air in there, and this is what it sounds like in the back of the call. So you're getting that that something that sounds kind of like that. It's really hard to explain if you're not doing it with the call. So hold your call while you're watching this video. It might help. I don't know. You know, a thing you can maybe use to figure this call out a little bit better is there's two words you can say to do it. It's like a huh sound, like a huh hut, huh hut, huh hut, huh hut. That's something you can use to, you know, get you started, I guess you should say. You know, get you started into doing the rolling double cluck. You know, you're really trying not to break off both notes. You're trying to just get really close to being a full cluck, Tongue goes all the way back down and then all the way back up really sharp at the end. Then you can also add some moans and some like spit sounds in front of the double cluck, something like this. You can also add in single clucks, you can add in double clucks, spit clucks, moan clucks. I don't want to get too advanced right now, but there's two simple things you can do to understand the rolling double cluck, and those are them. You're not breaking off the note, and your tongue's only going halfway to the roof of your mouth, all the way back down and all the way back up at the end. That'll finish off your double clucks. We'll catch you guys on the next one.